All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, and if you're new, you guys are watching the PTD Vlogs. So welcome. And for everybody who's watching in the chat, what's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a good one. So before I go any further, I'm sure this video is going to get about 20 views because this is an off-topic video for my channel. But anyway, I finally got to see Avengers Endgame like freaking 3 weeks late, but I'm glad that I finally did. There are major spoilers ahead, so if you have no interest in seeing any spoilers or hearing any spoilers, although the movie's been out for 3 weeks and it's been spoiled like crazy, I will not be held responsible for any spoilers. So, the final battle between Thanos and the Avengers is just too much, man. It was just blew my mind. Like, it was just outstanding. It almost brought me to tears. It was so good. I was like shaking watching it, you know? So, basically, in the grand scheme of things, spoiler. Okay, have you been warned a million times here? Thanos gets all of the, what were they? The crystals? Not the crystals, the stones, right? Excuse me. I'm not a big diehard Marvel fan, so forgive me. So anyway, he finally gets the stones. Well, in like the metal arm thing that he wears, and towards the end of the battle, he's trying to basically destroy the planet and just like revamp the universe because he feels that the universe is tarnished, which is why he, in the first place, in the last movie, in Infinity War, why he just eliminated half of the Earth's population. So he figured that the living would be able to, grow stronger or whatever without the other half that are no longer there. Long story short, he fights with a bunch of the Avengers. He keeps trying to put this glove on because they're trying to get rid of it, but him and his minions, his army, keep grabbing it back. So then he finally gets it. Then, everyone's trying to take it from him. Long story short, Iron Man grabs the stones, from him. So he cannot snap his fingers and make everything disappear. So therefore, what happens is Iron Man sacrifices himself, takes all 5 stones, puts it right into his fist, and does the snap. Everything just vanishes and disappears, just like how it happened to everyone that Thanos did it to in Infinity War. So, right at the end, we see Thanos just disappear. He puts his head down and knows he's been defeated, and he vanishes, into thin air. Like how it happened to all the Avengers and, half the world's population. So, moving forward, a very emotional scene happens where Iron Man, Tony Stark knew the risk involved in doing this, and what ended up happening was he dies, and they throw him a giant funeral and send him off into the pond or the lake or whatever it is, and there's a little wreath that says this is to prove that Tony Stark has a heart, because Tony always came across as like the rough and tough rich guy who can do no wrong. He's always had an attitude, was always very sarcastic and passive aggressive with people. But you always got to remember that there's always good in everyone. Even the worst person in the world still has a soft spot. They just choose when they want to show it. And I think that is what was absolutely shown in this particular movie. In this particular movie, but in this particular, scenario. So, moving forward, we end up seeing that things are back to normal again. Everyone comes back. And then we also see that Captain America has to go back to return the stones. So he gets sent through the time portal, through the quantum time portal thing. And ends up going back into the past and is supposed to come right back, but he never does. So hold on, I just want to double check one thing here. Just want to check something real quick before I look silly, because like I said, I'm not a diehard Marvel fan. I really should have done this before, and I apologize for it. I just want to confirm the person I'm talking about here. There we go. Sam Wilson, Falcon. Just wanted to confirm that. Yep, I know. I screwed that part up. But anyway, Falcon becomes the new Captain America, according to what happens in the movie. So as soon as Captain America is sent back to the past to return the stones, he misses his opportunity to come back to the present. So Hulk is freaking out, Falcon's freaking out, like, what's going on? What's going on? Where is he? And Buck is like, look over there. And we see a pond, we see a bench, and we see what seems to be an old man sitting at the bench with like this little case next to him. Falcon walks up and Buck walks up, but Falcon walks up to him specifically. And it turns out it's Captain America, but he's an old man now. So what happened was, he says that Tony Stark told him that, it's worth giving life a try. So he ends up going back to the past, where, if you remember from the original Captain America, that he goes back to the past to stay in that time period because he misses his wife or his girlfriend at the time. I forget. Forgive me if it was the wife or the girlfriend, but he decides to live his life like how he was supposed to originally, which is why he's now in the present day, an older man. And he takes out the nice, fresh Captain America shield with the star on it and offers it to Falcon. Because Falcon says, I don't know what it's going to be like going through life without Captain America. So, Captain America gives it to him. And he says, try it on. And he goes, how does it feel? And Falcon says, it feels like it belongs to someone else. Something along those lines. But Falcon knows this is like the passing of the torch. And I think that Falcon was definitely a good fit. So I don't know if we're going to see Falcon as Captain America now. I don't know. I don't know how the Marvel Universe works at this point. So maybe someone in the chat can clear that up for me, or someone in the comment section clear that up for me. So in the grand scheme of things, like, it's like everything goes back to normal. Life goes on now. And we'll see where it takes us. And, if I had to give the movie a rating out of 5, it would be a 5 out of 5. If I had to give it a 10, it would be an 11. You know what I mean? Because it was just outstanding. It was very, very hard to hold it together during the death of Tony Stark, without a doubt, especially seeing Peter Parker come back. And we all know that Peter Parker looked to Tony as his mentor. So it was a very emotional scene, and they just really knocked it out of the park, man. Like, they literally couldn't have done it any better. And I had heard there was no after the credits scene or anything like that. So I just wanted to make sure for myself. So I ended up staying all the way to the little blue screen that comes up at the very end. But what was also emotional for me was the fact that particular movie theater is closing in about like 8 or 9 days. So at the end of May, they're closing up shop, and it's being demolished, and a ShopRite, I believe, is going up. So, like, we don't have enough grocery stores around here, It just goes to show that movies are not attracting the audiences that they used to, because there's so many people pirating them and getting them illegally and stuff, and it's hurting the movie industry. And it sucks too, because going to the movies is like something to look forward to. It's something fun. I don't know about you guys in the chat. I mean, comment 333 in the chat if you guys enjoy going to movies and stuff like I do. Comment 444 if you don't, because clearly people don't like going out and spending their money going to the movies anymore. I know it's expensive, the tickets are expensive, the snacks are expensive, I get it. But it's something fun to do, So here's my comment question of the day for everybody, or for those of you guys that are watching that are new here. If there was anything you could change about Avengers Endgame, what would it be and why? And if you don't even feel like commenting that, I guess another question is, where do they go from here? I'm assuming there's not going to be any more Avengers movies. I'm not a big Marvel person, but I felt like I really had to talk about this film because it really blew my mind. It was great. So, on that note, I appreciate all of you guys watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please consider subscribing and turn that little notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future videos. Comment the Avengers hero down below. Everybody in the chat who's watching live, or any of you watching on the replay in the comment section, leave a comment saying the Avengers hero, so I know you were here. Everybody do that real quick. Don't be shy. And let's see if we can go for 30 likes on this video. I'd appreciate it. So comment 111 if you've smashed that like, 222 if you haven't yet. I know this was a late video here, live stream, but thank you all for watching, and that's basically it. I appreciate it. And anyway, guys, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling, and I will see you guys next time tomorrow on the PTD Vlogs. And by the way, today's day 555. I just thought that's kind of cool. I like the triples like that, so I'm a geek. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great one, and hope to see you tomorrow right here on the PTD Vlogs. Peace, and rest in peace, Black Widow and Tony Stark. Thanks for watching. See ya.